Did I miss something? Because I felt like they promoted Jade Cargill having some type of segment.
She did on Elevation.
Okay, that's what it was.
And she did have a segment on Dynamite.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk with you about that after this. But
okay,
yeah.
But yeah, she had a small little segment on Dynamite.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
I mean, pretty much MJF's lawyer. Yeah, is that what that was?
Yeah.
He pretty much came out, said, I represent like the biggest people. I represented MJF during his whole thing.
I got him X amount of dollars. I can do the same for you.
Exactly.
Silent manager. I like that.
And then her segment was, I don't need nobody to represent me. So yeah.
She made it sound like representing her legally was the same as like representing her. And she's like, I don't need anybody to represent me. I represent me because I'm that bitch. And I was just like, you're driving that catchphrase a little too hard. But
yeah,
it's still working though.
All right. So let's roll into it, Mr. Deasley.
Okay, now the reason because of course this was a good show. This wasn't a bad show. But I'm mad at this show for two reasons.
Okay.
This show is basically sandwiched between Blood and Guts and Double or Nothing.
Okay.
A lot of the matches on this week's show should have either been on Blood and Guts or Double or Nothing.
Yes.
And now we'll get into that part later. But I mean, especially because I felt like there's a lot of matches on this week's card that kind of got shafted by time. And I felt like had they been on a bigger show, they could have had the necessary time or build to tell the story. Case in point, the first match, Jon Moxley defending his IWGP United States Championship against none other than Yuji Nagata. Now, before I get into this match, Moxley. I'm not down with the theme change. I am not down with the theme change.
Does he use that in New Japan or something?
No.
New Japan was a whole other thing. Like,
and I like that theme too.
Honestly, I like Death Rider more than I like unscripted Jon Moxley. I like that his paradigm shift is called the Death Rider. That's his nickname and all that. But no, I mean his intro like has a whole video of him like escaping from something, going to this abandoned building, like he's on the run. Like, no, I'm not down for Wild Thing. This isn't what was that movie where it was Charlie Sheen is the pitcher. The baseball movie. Thank you. This isn't Major League. We don't need you running Wild Thing.
Now, and look, Mox, whether you're watching this or not, don't be defiant from people not liking this and then continue to use it. We just happen to like the other thing because it's more intense and it speaks more to your character. This does not.
No.
When I see you walk out to this, I'm like, it's just it does this. It combats each other, and it's like I'm trying to get intense with you. I'm trying to pause. I'm trying to be there. I'm trying to experience like that walkout, coming through the crowd and getting ready to see you whoop some ass with that intensity. But when I hear Wild Thing behind that, it's just like I'm conflicted because
you know what? I'll just say it, man. I'll throw a no homo in front of it, but fuck, man, Mox's original music is hot. Like that whole intro, it's hot. It's fucking. It exudes that energy. It looks good on it. Like fuck it, I'll say it like point blank. Like Wild Thing with that did not. It was. I won't put it in that much detail, But when you know Mox is coming out, you're like, yeah, and then you hear Wild Thing, you're just like,
yeah, that's exactly what
he's
happened.
coming out, but the fuck.
Yeah,
it's like when you get Catfish, and she's not exactly like a whole different person, but she's just different looking now than the pictures you saw.
It's like them pictures are like from 5 years ago.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Perfect. The pictures are 5 years old.
So yeah, so now to the match itself. The match suffered from a lack of time. You know,
I'm not gonna lie, I checked out.
Yeah. Because I especially with the build of it, I expected more. Like if this was the case, I would have rather this been on like New Japan TV or something like that.
Strong.
Because I felt that this should have been treated way better. Like if you should have either had this on Blood and Guts, or you should have continued this build and then had it on fucking Double or Nothing.
Oof.
I mean, it just would have been better, especially if you're gonna have fans in attendance. They would have easily pumped this match up even more.
Mm-hmm.
Now, of course, we judging by how the show went, we kind of know where Mox is going to be during Double or Nothing. But yeah, Mox goes over, he wins very quickly. I was underwhelmed with this.
Should have been more time committed to this match.
I was checked all the way out.
And that's the thing about like when you see anybody from New Japan, because it's almost like you expect a full match to tell a story, to give in time, and just to get, to have that. This felt just like any old regular American professional wrestling match on TV, on big TV.
That actually makes sense. That the way you phrase it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when he won, I didn't care after that. And especially with the way they ended this match after that, with the whole bowing, and I'm like, I don't feel like they deserve that bow. They shouldn't have done that. Because I felt like usually when you have a bigger match, like I'm with that. Like if you think about AJ Styles and Nakamura for the IWGP Intercontinental Championship, when the way they went at it, and then after that doing the fist bump and everything and just kneeling down in front of each other, I'm like, yo, that's what deserves that. When I think about a bow at the end like that, it's like, oh yeah, because we just beat the shit out of each other. So, but yeah, I didn't get that. So yeah, but again,
I understand that, right?
But I mean, but again, I mean, I always enjoy seeing the United States Championship defended by Mox. Yeah. I'm glad that he has the respect for that title that he does. I'm also glad that commentary, or not, Justin Roberts rather, did the old like WCW deal where when anybody that came from another promotion, they were like representing New Japan.
Oh yeah,
Yuji Nagata was like, yo, I'm glad they did that, because it was old TNT thing. Same thing with WCW. Like, yeah, thank you.
Hey, quick question. Yo, can y'all get that music outside?
No.
Okay, cool. It's pretty loud. I don't want any copyright strikes because my neighbors want to play loud ass music. So okay, cool.
Now, from that, I'm more so conflicted again, because Cody, and the way they marketed this, or the way they promoted it, was he had yet another announcement for like the 150th time, because Cody has more announcements than anybody.
I feel like he just loves giving those great promos, and he knows that he does them so well.
Yeah, true.
I mean, they're just over dramatic in that way. But anyway,
here's where my problem lies, because Cody's not the problem in this at all. Cody is actually saving grace for this whole deal that's about to go down, and this is where my issue lies, is the whole factory thing with Anthony Ogogo, because I feel they're going in the right direction, but they started wrong. It's almost, what is it? It's poor planning, but with a good execution.
Yes.
Because I feel with the way that they're doing this, because the whole storyline sets itself up, doing the whole America versus the foreigner thing. Cool. I'm completely down with that. It factors into the whole thing with Cody taking up the new nickname just for that, for that one night. I love the promo, but the problem is the factory got intertwined in this when I feel like this should just been Anthony Ogogo running down America, coming out to build him up, because the factory doesn't help him. Him coming out and disparaging America and just doing that whole thing and knocking people out and covering everybody with UK flag, or whatever. It's like just doing that to everybody and then disparaging and then having Cody come out and just like represent America. That would have been perfect. But him being thrown in with this whole factory thing takes away from it. Now, that's why it makes it hard for me to care, because everything Cody was saying in the beginning of it when he brought out the promo about, him talking down everything about, America, I'm like, I must have missed something, because I haven't seen him come on the mic on Dynamite, and if he has done anything on Elevation or Dark, anybody that watches regular Dynamite hasn't seen that. So it's like Cody coming out and saying, hey, you said this, and everybody's like, wait, who said that?
He did on Dynamite one time.
He was on Dynamite like since the factory started being a thing.
Yeah. He
said you know what?
About how he didn't like being in his country and other stuff.
You know what the funniest shit was though? For I don't know, a good 3/4 of Dark up until this point, he's been on commentary.
Who?
Ogogo has been on commentary on Dark for a good like 3/4 of Dark's existence.
Really?
Yeah.
Has he been talking shit about America?
I mean, he got towards that like when the factory started becoming a thing, but yeah, prior to that, I mean, it was mainly him, Excalibur, and like Taz. Yeah, Excalibur, him, and Taz like on commentary.
Interesting.
So,
and you know what?
So I was just when they kept on featuring him on commentary, I was like, what are they doing with him? Because there's no way that this Olympic medalist is not there's no way that he's not going to be wrestling in some capacity. And when I found out that he was just part of the factory thing, I was just like, it just again makes so much sense in my head to call them like a Suicide Squad faction, just people that you would just never put together. But no, he I'm sorry, I just interrupt. I feel like I interrupted at your point, but
no. I'm about to hear it said like I didn't know he was featured on Dark that much. Like
he was definitely on commentary for a minute, and then I never really caught enough Dark past that to see if he was really draping the UK flag all over people. To your point,
when he punched Cody, he had no problem just draping that flag right over Cody last week.
Yeah, I was like, that looked like a habit.
Yeah. And that's the thing, and it's like now. Granted, now I have to backtrack a little bit. Mm-hmm. He probably did say some things on Dynamite, but because of the factory stuff, I skipped over all that shit. So if he had said something, then it's my fault that I missed it because I just didn't care enough to watch anything factory related. But that goes more to my point of just the whole factory storyline just being completely uninteresting. And this is why it's a detriment to Ogogo, because had he been able to just do this shit on his own, this would have been better for him.
They could have just debuted him solo, like especially because he'd already been on commentary. You could have been like, "Oh, hey guys, by the way, I'm actually going to be debuting in ring," or something like that, and he could start sweeping people because he's the Olympic medalist boxer, and. Mm-hmm. And then eventually he could have just busted shot on Cody Rhodes at some point, and now we have UK versus America.
Yeah,
I just felt like Cody's promo being so directed at Ogogo for the one time he got gut checked and then had a flag draped on him. I just felt like Cody's reaction was extreme. This man here hates this country, wants to drape flags on people. I was like, you got sucker punched, man. Calm down.
and that's the thing, though, because that's 2 points. One, to what I was saying before, how had this been a better build just for Ogogo by himself, this would have made more sense. And then two, a testament to Cody because he actually got me interested with that promo in Anthony Ogogo now, just to see, okay, well, had they done something different, I would have been even more interested before. And again, to the comparison between Cody and Charlotte, you don't see Charlotte doing this. Charlotte doesn't go out and cut a promo on somebody and makes me instantly interested in the person that she's going up against. Cody, we all know Cody's coming on here to basically build Anthony Ogogo. Whether Cody loses or wins is not even a factor at this point because Cody could win and build him up. Cody could possibly lose. See, but that's the thing. We can go into this match saying, I'm not sure if Cody's going to win or lose. With Charlotte, she goes in. It's almost like you damn near expect her to go in and take the W.
Yeah.
And again, this whole thing is really in favor of Anthony Ogogo because he's going to go in and be showcased in Double or Nothing and come out looking amazing because of Cody.
Yeah.
But this is where Cody shines, building up and coming talent. And this is why I like him in this role rather than him being shoehorned into this whole nightmare family drama bullshit. This is where he needs to be. And then he can go off and then take off that stipulation and then go after the AEW championship whenever MJF inevitably wins it. So, but yeah.
All right. So, my opinions
on this.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to hear it.
I fucking hated this promo. And I've been sitting here thinking, should I really like say something? Because y'all kind of, but shit. No.
What you hate about it?
I'm one for them.
He started talking about how things were in America. And, you know, we can get slightly real for a little bit, just slightly real, and kind of
this was my gripe.
Kind of, you know what I'm saying? Because if y'all ever follow Mr. Jaeger Bombastic there, he posted some real shit. And, you know, Cody was talking about how, you know, with the presidential election and he was talking about how, you know, him and Brandy, and I understand.
I was like, yo,
y'all gonna have a beautiful half white, half black daughter and everything, but ain't shit sweet, fam. Ain't shit sweet in this world right now. And you know, I'm gonna play a clip, and I hope it's not a copyright thing, but from the Jobber-Tears podcast, Sir Wilkins is one of the guys who is one of the people on the podcast, and he does like a little daily coffee talk thing. And this is what he had to say about that podcast. And I'm gonna just play y'all the audio because it's kind of how I felt. Give me 1 second to find it.
Good.
No, but that's where. Oh, you got it.
Here you go.
Last night, I was excited. I was so excited. I was at work, and everybody was talking about Cody Rhodes' promo on AEW Dynamite. And then I was like, oh my God, was this promo that good? People were talking about it all over my timeline. So I searched all over the internet to look for the promo. And y'all motherfuckers fooled me. The internet wrestling community fooled me. You fooled the hell out of me. Y'all really thought that this promo was good? Y'all made me think this promo was good. Y'all made me think this was the next coming of a Dusty promo. Y'all made me think this was The Rock's promo against Billy Gunn. Y'all made me think this was a legendary promo. And you know what? Cody believed it was a legendary promo. His cadence, his passion during the promo was everything. But he ain't. Everything he said made no sense. And I'm sitting there like, what? What am I watching? Because I love you, Cody. But you made no sense last night. You started talking about your biracial unborn child. Shout out to you and Brandy. Congratulations to them. But why are you talking about her? Why the hell you gotta talk about it? He's not talking about some other stuff that America is freedom. No! Cody, read the room. Did you not see what happened January 6th? Did you not see the trial that's going on? Cody, I expect way much more from you. You made no sense last night. And the thing about it, you drank your own Kool-Aid and you thought you made sense. You really thought you made sense. You made no sense. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's your boy, so the Job Is His podcast.
Shouts out to my homie like that, Sir Wilkins.
Yo, is he getting emotional right there?
You know what I'm saying? We're going to plug other folks because, we got to keep it all in the loop. Shout out to the Job of Tears podcast, Sir Wilkins, Mr. Black Janelle from HR. But definitely shout out to my man, Sir Wilkins, because when Sir Wilkins be telling the truth about stuff, I be feeling them. And that's kind of how I felt with that promo.
Now,
because I kind of felt what he said, and I also kind of felt what you said, Jaeger, by 2 gut punches. And is this level now? Like,
thank you.
You went from 0 to 100 real fucking quick. But you couldn't just simply say, yo, a go-go, you and I, double or nothing. We doing this.
True.
Nah.
And you know what? No. I'm gonna even tell you where they fucked up. I'm gonna tell you where they fucked up. And it could happen later, but where they fucked up then, I don't know if any of y'all paid attention. What was the one thing y'all thought was going to come from this promo? Especially what happened to Cody last week.
You
mean in terms of like
besides a match announcement?
Besides the match announcement with a go-go, what the one thing y'all was waiting to hear? Because I was waiting to hear it the whole time.
I mean, the only thing only thing that I was waiting to hear, which he did say it, was American Dream.
No. I was glad about that. With all that animosity and what happened to you last week, shouldn't Cody have said, "Oh yeah, a go-go, our match at Double or Nothing is a flag versus flag match"?
Oh, I'm glad that didn't happen.
I mean, it would have made sense, but
it would have. It would have. Absolutely.
But all I'm saying is, my personal opinion, is this match really Double or Nothing worthy?
It's not, and it's not because of the people involved. It's more so to the build up, because again, had this whole factory shit not had happened, and this had just been Anthony Ogogo coming down, having matches, disparaging America, and then building himself up as a heel, then yeah, this would have been a Double or Nothing worthy match for the build. But that's more to the point to why to some people, even you, Scoot, and you too, Jaeger, why this promo made 0 sense, because like it's almost like why.
And the only reason why I say flag versus flag because Cody has been kind of bringing an old school like mentality, when he wrestles. So that's the reason why I said flag versus flag. Of course, they would have kind of spiced it up a little bit AEW style, but all of that, and I'm thinking to myself, oh shit, we about to get a flag versus flag match, especially because he draped you in the flag and everything, and it was just like, nah, we just gonna have a match, a go-go.
I'm gonna give them room. I'm gonna give them room to add stipulations because we do still have 2 shows until Double or Nothing.
True.
So they gotta have room for escalation. So I'm sure you're gonna have like Cody getting jumped by a go-go or vice versa, things to make it like worse than another. I'm sure at one point somebody's gonna choke the other person with a flag, and then we're gonna get a flag versus flag match. I don't know. But I just said there's still room for stipulations to be added. So I won't complain about it until we give our predictions on the actual pay-per-view.
True.
Which that might be a hard one to do.
Oh yeah.
Because that AEW is going to be on that Friday.
Oh
so
yeah.
If we do it that Saturday and hurry up and put it out, that might be a little difficult to do.
mean, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, that's what we got to do.
But this is more the reason why all these factions are not necessary, because it's taken away from when you have a potential star in Anthony Ogogo, who, case in point, you could have another single star being built up and drop the ball right there. Like, again, I'm only mad because of the potential that they could have had with this and my hate for the factory. So, because he just like the reason for this faction is there is none at all whatsoever.
I'm going to ask you a quick question about the factory.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything they could do to Legado del Fantasma themselves?
No.
Okay.
No, because I don't care about QT Marshall. Right now, I only know Anthony Ogogo's name. I don't even know the other people within it.
Nick Camarado and
Aaron Solo.
There we go.
Yeah.
And Cornette also made a great joke. He was like, how you put it? Camarado, Solo, Ogogo, sound like you about to do a demonic chant when you said their names like that.
So yeah, it's just and plus like the faction just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't.
It's
like
a faction to just have a faction.
It's basically just the dark version of the Nightmare Factory.
Basically,
the heel version.
Yeah, but again, like you have a handful of people in like the Nightmare Factory who you just can't put a face to the name. So them splitting off and having zero identity, like it just did them no favors.
It didn't.
But had you built Anthony Ogogo up during this time while they were in the Nightmare family, and then started that Discord during that time, and then shown why these few broke apart from this,
yeah,
then I would have been like, okay, that's somewhat more interesting now. But it's not, because they just, we're done with Nightmare family. Oh, y'all had issues? We didn't know. But whatever. But
you know what? Maybe we're looking at Dark and Elevation wrong. Maybe we're not looking at it like, oh, this show needs to be plugged more. It's more like how you kind of like, if like a new person to wrestling, you try to explain to them NXT and WWE shows. Like, if you're not watching NXT, then you're just simply missing out. Like you're actually missing out on the real product of WWE. Like, we're not trying to call Dark and Elevation like the real product right now, but we're just maybe we can just start treating them more with the, oh man, here's just what you missed out on. Like these are actually
and I've said it before. If Dark can get the stench of glorified squash matches out of it, I could watch it. Like if we really started seeing the roster fighting the roster, then Elevation and Dark, I can really see it. But when
Elevation has done, or at least the few episodes that I've watched, everything that they've done on Elevation has had relevance to Dynamite, or it's been wrestlers that are relevant to Dynamite. Like they've had Kenny Omega on there, they've had Moxley on there, they've had Ty Conti, Britt Baker, like the list goes on. So
but were they fighting people of?
They were fighting people that were like prominent and Dark. Like saying like, so you got your Layla Hirsch, you had Ty Conti fighting against like Diamante. Oh, actually, that was Thunder Rosa too, fighting against Diamante. So I mean, people that hey, if they're actually gonna get a little bump and maybe get a storyline,
every now and then you will get
you'll get
match.
Yeah, you'll get some good matches. Like that's really what Elevation I feel like it's gotten to be. It's the people that are prominent on Dark or getting stronger on Dark are actually starting to become more your mid card, I guess, on Elevation, and then you're gonna still have your Dynamite prominence, like still taking on matches.
Okay, but yeah, if they can ever shake that stench off for me, I'll watch it.
That's fair.
Other than that, I'm like you. This has probably been the biggest faction misfire to me. Yeah. Because Solo, Ogogo, and Camarado don't mean nothing to anybody if they never watched Dark or Elevation.
Yeah. And then QT Marshall is just.
And QT, once again,
other than him being on Dynamite when he was Dustin's tag team partner and stuff, if you never really, you'd be like, why this flunky all of a sudden mad? Not to call QT a flunky for real, but I'm just thinking of the overall wrestling mind. It'll be like if all of a sudden X-Pac he kind of did do that. DX had broke up first before X-Pac started X Factor. So DX did break up, but okay, fine. It'll be like if fucking Horace Hogan left the NWO and just started some faction to try to fight the NWO, and it'd be like, Horace Hogan, what the fuck are you doing? Like, motherfucker, we didn't even know you were still NWO. Like, where the fuck you been at? I mean, and no really slight to Horace Hogan. I mean, we all know you was only there because you Hogan's nephew. So, fuck you if you're mad. But yeah,
but yeah, from one double-edged sword of a situation, it's to another. The AEW Tag Team Championship match. This suffered from the same thing that the first match suffered from.
Not enough time.
And it should have been on either Blood and Guts.
No.
This should have definitely been on Blood and Guts.
No, this match should have been on this show. What had too much time? Quick fast forward to the future. The Darby and Miro match had way too much time.
Yes.
That did.
But we're gonna talk about Darby and Miro when we get there.
Yeah.
But if they would have cut down 10 minutes of that match and gave it to the Bucks, and especially with the stipulation of SCU.
Yeah. Now, the reason why I say this should have gone on either one of those shows is one, because with Blood and Guts, like
I don't think you need an explanation, man. It's fucking
no. I mean from Scoot's point on why this was on this show. Like, I don't think it should have been on this because one, they were building it up to the Dynamite prior to Blood and Guts, so if they could have had it on there instead of that fucking 4-way. Or I would have rather them had this at Double or Nothing, because why would you not want to have this match, especially the last match of SCU, spoiler alert, they lost, in front of fans?
I mean, we told y'all that last week, that RIP SCU. Like, it was happening.
And it's just like, and again, this was a good match, but I felt like it could have been built up a lot better, could have went longer, and could have had that impact, especially when you have fucking Christopher Daniels get busted open like that. That the imagery with that alone is just like it's
the spot where he's bleeding all over the shoes.
Yes.
Yeah. Just like amazingly done.
Once again, just like how Mr. Lip Dizzle changed his mind on Legato, I want to give a shout out to Matt and Nick for y'all's great heel work. I appreciate all the heelish things y'all was doing this week, except for the whole Shawn Michaels Ric Flair thing that could have been left out. But to each their own. But shout out to Matt and Nick.
They plugged that they were going to do that on BTE.
Oh
yeah, the Bucks heel work. I mean, one, watching Matt pull the whole Randy Savage point and spin when he did that shit. Then I give credit to Matt a lot, but Nick as a heel, amazing. Like he just has the look and the facials for it.
It's just the fact that Nick just doesn't talk.
Yeah, but that's what his facials though. His facials as a heel, perfect. I need them to be heels almost forever, just to keep it moving for a little bit. But yeah, that. I mean, it's no surprise that the Bucks were going over. I did for a split second, I almost thought that Daniels and Kazarian could have taken it, just for the fucks of it. But then it clicked in my head again. I was like, well, they were the first AEW Tag Team Champions, so that clearly they've already got their rub for this. This is it.
I mean, technically that was Sky and Kazarian.
Well, yeah, true. But still, SCU. They could have pulled that free bird rule because I think Daniels got hurt, right?
Yeah, Daniels got hurt or something like that.
So, yeah.
I loved this match. I just did not appreciate the disrespect given for this match. This match should have been like a 40-minute match. I don't know, a half-hour match. It should have been on a pay-per-view. They should have definitely did the spot where they showed them like doing their goodbye or they're breaking up. Like they definitely should have done that better than hey, during the commercial break, by the way.
Hold on. Hey, like, Jaeger, just like the podcast name, tag me in right quick. So we're gonna just do that.
There we go.
You interrupt a group's breakup to show Moxley and Kingston destroy the Elite's locker room. That could have been shown after the commercial break and be like, oh, hey, this is what happened during the commercial break. You disrespected Daniels and Kazarian's quote unquote last matches SCU to show Moxley and Kingston destroy a locker
room.
They didn't even beat up nobody.
The disrespect.
Just to show them destroy a locker room.
Yes.
Daniels is fucking bleeding profusely. Kazarian looking like, yo, we lost that match. And y'all gonna say, oh, this is what happened during the commercial break. The fuck was that? AEW? Like,
Loki
the Iconics got more screen time than that. Yeah, I said it. What was that? Daniels and Kazarian, legends. Regardless of when you said legends. They gave themselves a stipulation. Everybody knew going in they were going to lose. And y'all did nothing. Good job, AEW, on that. Good fucking job. Because if you wanted to shit on SCU's final match, good fucking job.
Like, holy shit. I really hope they don't do that shit for any other tag team ever again.
And don't pull no and then don't pull no bullshit on next week. We're going to give them the proper send off. Nope, you fucked it up. You fucked it up.
Yeah, they definitely did. And it's like they didn't learn their lesson from the commercial fiasco from the previous week. And it's more to the reason why these big matches need to be on commercial free shows.
Yes.
Blood and guts.
You got the money. Use the money.
Thank you. This situation is
I don't know what Tony Khan was thinking on that one, or why he didn't pay TNT to have that match commercial free.
Oh no, he just did the same thing he did last week. He did his best impersonation of Dave Chappelle with all that money and the crown and the glasses.
But you fucked up, AEW, and SCU, Daniels, Kazarian. I know y'all probably not retiring, but thank y'all for SCU.
You. Yes.
I don't know where Scorpio Sky fits in all of this because y'all haven't said shit about if Scorpio Sky was still in SCU or not, but that's a different story.
So Daniels cut a great promo on that same BT that I plugged y'all for. Daniels cut when he pretty much said Sky, well, like people find a lot of like solutions for their frustrations, and Sky's doing his thing right now.
Oh, I like that.
Okay.
Like, so they're not saying that he isn't part of SCU, but they're saying that he's handling his business.
Okay, but that was horrible booking.
Yeah,
on y'all's part.
Yeah, and to add more salt to the disrespect, just like you said, Scoot, to cut away from that. To basically plug Mox and Kingston messing up a dressing room, basically showing, hey, okay, now that we're done with this, here's your next title picture for the tag titles.
And not even only that,
the way was it Shivani that was like, wait, there's something to go. Who was it that was talking about? Wait, there's something going on in the back right now. I'm thinking somebody's back there getting beat the fuck up.
I was thinking that Moxie and Kingston were jumping the butts after the match. That would be my only reason to cut the camera off a team that's getting disbanded.
Like, you would have thought somebody was back there getting shot. The way that they was like, we got to cut away. And like, put Moxley and Kingston to fucking trash a dressing room. Like, and they ain't even do a good job at that.
Right.
They just put the table of food over and throw some chairs.
And they flipped the table.
I mean, what?
Yeah.
Nakazawa and Cutler can clean that in like 30 minutes.
Poor Brandon Cutler. He was doing good wrestling. Like, he finally started getting wins. Now he's just
the cold spray guy.
But we go from that disrespect to someone who needs all the respect right now. Britt Baker. She had a nice little interview.
Wait. I said it before, and I'm gonna say it again. May 14th. It's been on record. It's been on video. To give you an exact time, it is May 14th, almost 7 p.m. our time. If Britt Baker does not beat Hikaru Shida at Double or Nothing, the whole women's division is dead to me. The only way Britt Baker does not win that belt from Shida is Baker gets injured. And they have to scramble for a different finish.
There's no scramble.
Right. She better pull a Stone Cold and still beat Owen Hart.
No. I'm just saying there's no scramble, because then if you scramble for an opponent, it's going to be Chris Statlander, because that's who's really going to beat Hikaru Shida and take that belt.
Yeah, no. Britt Baker has to win that title from Shida. Period. Especially because the stars aligned perfectly so far. Especially with the way that she brought everything up and the way that it played out. They had their match earlier this year. She broke Britt's nose. Then she went on the show for a little bit. That helped her become a great heel during that time. So it was perfect. And to come from that to this and to win the title from Shida, that's how I'm seeing this go. So, I can't praise Britt Baker enough for her heel work and the way that she has elevated herself, no pun intended, up to this point to be a credible heel, to evolve into a credible champion. So
Britt Baker's legitimately done the work. She's gone on Dark and Elevation back-to-back nights, done the matches. I'm not sure how they record it, but at least that's how they're presenting it. There's no way that Britt Baker loses this. If she does, I might be in the same boat with Scoot. If the next person to take that belt is not Statlander.
True. I mean, I agree with you. Nothing more than Zizi said. She just needs to win. Yeah. And ironically enough, you stated that they would, or Scoot said they would have to scramble. Because they clearly scrambled for a finish in the Cassidy versus Pac match. Cassidy got kicked flush in the face. When I saw that, and I saw how immediately his head just went from just regular pigment to just beet red.
Yeah, he was. It came out that he was legitimately knocked out.
God.
And that
I was worried about that too.
And it did seem like he was supposed to beat Pat.
Well,
I think they scrambled for that finish.
They said what the finish was supposed to be a time limit draw. So that's what it was supposed to go to. But since he was knocked out, they had Kenny go out there and hit Pac with the belt and just do a count out. So, or 10 count finish.
I mean, honestly, that scramble to a finish seemed like legit, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They made it work for sure. But Cassidy, like, yeah. And then to go from that to Pac picking him up and then power bombing him right after that.
Yeah.
Whoa. Hey, guys. Wait. Not to interrupt our AEW talk.
No. What's happening?
Is there footage you can pull to that one, though, Lip? I kind of want to see.
The kick?
Yeah.
Yeah, while you scramble for that, New Jack has passed away from a heart attack.
What?
Guys.
What?
Yeah.
The bad boy in professional wrestling? The badass? The asshole of professional wrestling?
He has passed away from a heart attack at the age of 58.
Damn. Like just now?
That's what is literally popping up, like as of maybe about 6:30. But
damn.
Hold on a second.
A lot of places are talking about it. So yeah. Like you said, the bad boy, the the killer.
Yeah.
The killer of professional wrestling. Yeah, he has passed away at the age of 58 from a heart attack. Wow. Okay.
Jesus, that's wild.
Well, I mean, I
always wonder when you get like live news, like what are you going to be doing like that? But how you're going to react to it. But damn, that sucks. That's crazy though.
Yeah. But yeah, I've seen multiple wrestling sites talking about it. So
damn.
Huh. But yeah. Wasn't expecting to see that today.
No, not at all. That because granted, and it's weird, especially when you don't really think about certain people at the time. Because everybody knows, New Jack, but nobody's up just like talking about him over and over again. But then you hear this type of news, and then it's just like, how do you react to it? Because then you immediately start to go to, memories of like, that, which is why I said, the bad boy, the asshole, because he's probably, a feared guy. Sometimes he's one to say outlandish shit and not give a shit. Like the one person who just didn't care about anybody
was New
at
Jack.
Certain points. Yeah. And when you think about him, you think about the way people felt about him in certain ways. Like, somebody I didn't want to fuck with, somebody I don't want any problems with, somebody I don't want to work with or get in the ring with, because I'm afraid that he gonna do some shit to me that's not legal. So
right.
That and
I just told a couple of friends. And they one of them just immediately said, "Rest in peace, you scary MFer."
Hey?
Yeah.
Basically.
And that's a general consensus. And the thing is, anytime, like we said, bad boy or asshole in that way, it's like nobody means it in a way that disparages him. It's just the fact that that's
if
just
you look
who
at the
he
man's
was.
History.
Yeah.
Yes. So.
But yeah. So R.I.P. New Jack.
R.I.P. indeed. Now, hopefully, they say it comes in threes. Hopefully, we don't get two other wrestlers.
I'm gonna say this line, and nobody takes it sacrilegious, but I guess give them hell and heaven.
I like that.
I like it.
I do like that.
R.I.P.
There you go.
But
there we go.
Yes, the kick that laid out, because that's what we was at. The kick that laid out Pac. Orange Cassidy.
Yeah.
Well, be careful with footage, because AEW has a very particular history of copyrighting people when they show their footage and stuff. So be careful.
That's fine. See what 9 times out of 10, what'll happen is the same thing that happened when we showed Shaq's Black Tornado.
Oh yeah.
So when I showed that clearly got cut. Hey, really? only thing they can do is just cut this shit. So if you're watching this right now, people, and you don't see what I'm about to show, then hey, just know it was YouTube that did it.
Blame AEW and YouTube.
Yeah, we're gonna blame. Yeah,
AEW.
There it is.
There we go.
Because apparently YouTube is not YouTube. AEW is very bloodthirsty for people showing their clips and stuff.
Yes,
all the AEW things now.
Yeah.
So yeah,
let's go.
So here's the footage.
I remember this.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah. Good kick, yes.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. No,
and then to go from that.
Oh no. Yeah, no. Oh yeah. And there's no life. There's no life there.
His body went limp.
No, he did not kick. That was Pat kicking him off. Oh,
absolutely.
And I was gonna diss this match but since I know what happened, and the only reason I was gonna really diss this match because it's the trope I hate with referees. Cassidy was laying there. Aubrey was staring at the entrance. You clearly saw Pac was standing next to you. You turn around, Pac is now on the ground, out. And you're just like, oh, okay, well, let me start. Like, I'm not saying you have to automatically accuse Kenny Omega, who's now magically outside the ring. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying you have to accuse him, but something has to.
She should be.
The man was just standing there.
She should be asking questions. She should be checking on the wrestler. Yes. She should do something before.
He was standing next to you. If anything, Pat, did you just have a heart attack? I didn't mean for that to rhyme. Did you just have a heart attack or something? Like, why are you now on the ground?
Exactly. Because because it's something that makes sense, like in tag matches. Because hey, you can be like, well, who hit him or what happened here? Obviously, but if you're in a one-on-one match and you're checking on the other competitor, and the one competitor that you don't have eyes on just ends up being laid out. I mean,
you might want to blame the closest person to you.
Yeah. But yeah, I get that, Scoot, and I definitely don't blame you because that's a misstep on their part. But I also, it's still weird because I mean, given the situation and the way they had to kind of figure out what to do, it
would have been better. It would have been better if, granted, Cassidy was still on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been better if Kenny and Nakazawa both came out and they each attacked a person. That way, the match could have ended in no contest.
Yeah, I like that.
But to just, like I said, Pac clearly was standing there. Pac is now on the ground, and he's not on the ground, but he's out. And it was like, okay.
Well, fuck it. Let me just count then.
Let me just count it. And all of that to lead to a triple threat match at Double or Nothing, which I don't know how I feel about this.
Yeah. See, and that's the bad thing that I hate about title matches with triple threat stipulations, because for me, it's like, okay, somebody's in there to catch the pin, which 9 times out of 10 is going to be Cassidy. And the only person that's walking away 9 times out of 10 is the champion.
Yes.
Retaining the title. So, yeah. So the only person that really suffers from this, no disrespect to Cassidy, is Pac. Because he's in this match now, which he deservedly so should be in this match, absolutely. But to basically just be another defense. So, it's hard for me to care about this. Like I'm more intrigued with the possibility of Andrade trying to go after the AAA championship from Kenny. Like I'm more interested in that aspect rather than what's going on in AEW right now as far as the title picture.
And I don't know if y'all saw, but there's going to be a 6-way match at there's supposed to be a 6-way match to determine Kenny's #1 contender. And Impact.
A qualifier that Christian Cage is a part of.
No. I'm talking about Impact.
Oh, excuse me.
On Impact, they're having a 6-man match to determine Kenny's #1 contender in Impact.
Okay. Yeah, that's damn it. I need Kenny to do more wrestling. Yeah. That's what I need. I need Kenny to do more wrestling.
You see, but that's a double-edged sword itself, because then he's in no way going to be believably a multi-champ like that, because you can't tell me that he's going to go out like week after week, or maybe like a couple of weeks after a couple of weeks, and defend a belt and not get worn down.
True.
Like I like that I kind of like his angle right now, because he has so many belts, to just be the guy that's like talking tough and like kind of saving it for the pay-per-view. Like he gets his spots in when he needs to get like some action, but they don't really mean anything for him.
To give y'all the names real quick, it's going to be Ace Austin, TJP, Triple XL, which I think is
wait,
I'm sorry, wrong match. My bad. I'm reading the wrong match. Hold on. Give me a second. I'm reading the match about the tag titles. Okay. It is going to be Chris Sabin, Chris Bay, Sami Callihan, Matt Cardona, Trey Miguel, and Moose.
It was the last one?
Moose.
I'm gonna say if I had to pick
Kenny.
If I had to pick 3 off the top of that dome, it would be Matt Cardona, Moose, and Sami Callihan.
I would say Moose was the #1 pick.
Yeah.
I would probably say Trey Miguel, because they've been building him up pretty well. Damn it, and I mean to make that rhyme. And the third one, maybe Callahan. Maybe Callahan, but definitely Moose is, I think, that's going to be the one.
I'm going to say Matt Cardona or Chris Sabin.
But hey, if you guys want to watch it, it'll be on tomorrow night. Any Impact fans out there?
I'll catch the highlights.
Yeah, no Impact fans. I'm gonna check this out. Anybody? Nobody? All right. Going once, going twice.
Okay.
All right.
Let me ask. Hey, Loki, do you care about Impact at all? Oh, okay. All right. I'm sorry, Impact, but we care only because Kenny's got a belt.
But again, AEW still has done nothing to help Impact completely. So
I mean, they gave him Private Party for like a few weeks, right?
Like 2 weeks. Like it wasn't even that long.
And then what do we have? Or who's over there now? Nobody?
Nobody. Except for Kenny.
Finn is still over there. Why did I say Finn? Finn Juice is still over there.
But they're representing NJPW though.
That's what I'm saying. Another brand is still has their people still invested in the Impact brand. Kenny is doing like camera spots on Impact? Is he actually wrestling?
No, I don't think he's going to wrestle Saturday. It's going to be Kenny and the Good Brothers versus Willie Mack, Swan, and somebody else. It is a 6-man match that's supposed to happen. Hold on.
Yeah, Moose has to win that 6-man match.
Give me a second. It is.
I want to see Moose or Cardona win that.
Oh, my bad. It's not Willie Mack. Because Willie Mack will be fighting Morrissey.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I completely got the names wrong. It's Kenny Omega and the Good Brothers versus Eddie Edwards and Finjuice.
Oh, okay.
Okay. That makes sense.
Tag match tomorrow night. So, I mean, if y'all want to watch Kenny and the Good Brothers, they're going to be on tomorrow night.
I'll watch that. Is it the main event?
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty. If it's not the main event, then they're gonna probably make that 6-way fight the main event.
What was that lip you said?
I'll catch the highlights. That's gonna be that's my Impact tagline. I'll catch the highlights. Okay. Yeah, but
yeah.
What happened next on AEW? I didn't really care about as much.
Okay.
And that's the Pinnacle Coronation.
Okay. Before we get there, let's discuss AEW's Blood and Guts from the mind of one Jim Cornette. I purposely waited for this episode because I wanted to hear him talk about Blood and Guts, and I wanted to hear him see what he had to say and see that he was going to be just as angry as us or whatnot. The match was perfectly fine until Chris Jericho entered. And once Chris Jericho entered, that's when the match went to shit.
Wow.
That's virtually how he paraphrased it. He said everything about this match was A-okay. I was even enjoying it. He was like them using weapons, but everything was perfectly fine until Chris Jericho entered. That's when all of the comedy spots and all of the unnecessary things. He says, you have a bat in your hand. Who chokes somebody out with a bat? You're going to be beating somebody with a bat. You're not going to choke a person out with a bat. And he was like, all the other stuff they were doing. And he said, and I guess the other issue, he was, of course, going back to the old days. The match shouldn't last so long once the match starts. He said, when the match starts, usually in war games, it's maybe 5-10 more minutes, then the fight is over. He said, no, it was a lot. And he was like, somehow Chris, MJF got to the top. He said, even a lot of that stuff was okay. But then he said, when it got to the end, they were teasing, I'm going to push him. No. I'm going to push him. No. I'm going to push him. Okay. We quit. And then, of course, he said, anybody can see Chris was going off of that cage. And he said, just like the exploding barbed wire, it was a poof.
Yes.
So
yes, it was.
He really didn't slice the match up as bad as we thought. He just said everything was okay until Chris Jericho got in the ring. He did have issues with the commercial breaks.
But don't we all?
But yeah, he said everything was okay for a War Games match up until Chris entered. And from then on, that's when the match kind of went to shit.
All right.
And
Cornette.
And you know what?
Yeah.
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
And it took me for you to say that, Scoot, about what to kind of rephrase what Cornette said.
And kind of too, like when hearing him break it down, I was like, shit, the match didn't really go bad until Chris entered.
Yeah.
Because looking back at it, like I'm watching the match, I'm like of course, like we talked about last week, talked about the imagery given, how everything looked from the beginning and moving forward. Every time I think about somebody from Inner Circle coming in, when you go from Sammy to Ortiz to Santana to
Hager,
like like anytime they came in and elevated the match even more, I'm like, yo, this match is better than I was assuming it was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
And then you think about it, and you think when it gets closer to the end, how my enthusiasm for the match kind of just went like this a little bit. Not completely, but I kind of checked out halfway. And of course, the commercial spots didn't help. But again, shit like that, like it never registered until you said it. And I'm thinking like, yeah, that's kind of the way it went for me when I watched it.
And another complaint, he was like, there were 8 other men in that match. Why was nothing else happening when Jericho and MJF was on the top? There was nothing happening with the 8 other men.
Yeah. I mean, well, all camera footage went off of them completely. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but like I said, his biggest complaint was really when Jericho entered, that's when the match went downhill. And of course, the poof. The poof. But other than that, he didn't really, now the rest of the show, different story. But but Blood and Guts, he really didn't have issues. Now, there was a WWE story that reportedly the higher ups said that this match set the wrestling business back 30 years.
No, there's no higher ups that said that. That was Vincent Kennedy McMahon himself.
That's true. And I guess they was mad at all the blood in Blood and Guts. But the consensus of the story was the higher ups, or VKM, was mad, but the wrestlers survey in WWE was kind of like, I wouldn't mind if we did a War Games.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
Why is War Games like reserved for NXT?
For now. Until
I have no problem
BKM wants to take it.
I think it needs to stay specifically on NXT.
Yeah, because I can't think of 10 people in WWE right now that would make sense in a War Games match.
Yeah, because
you do a Survivor Series. You could do a War Games.
That's usually around the time when NXT does their War Games.
Yeah.
So.
And Survivor Series is so trash now.
God, if I see that WWE does a Survivor Series War Games, I'm gonna be like, all right, they're listening. We're a go. I want some lawyers. Let's do this.
Oh, also cool. My bad. I forgot this last point because he's thinking with his wrestling history mind. He said usually baby faces win Blood and Guts. War Games. Because usually War Games is the blow-off match. Not in this case. As we saw, to tie it back into this, Ortiz, Hager, and Guevara was like, this ain't over, fam. As long as we alive, this ain't over. So it was like, okay.
Like, why isn't it though?
Exactly. And then we get to the coronation.
Yeah. And now, of course, I have no problem with the Pinnacle celebrating. That's perfectly fine. I would have appreciated this more if this set up another feud. Like somebody else having an issue with the Pinnacle. It would have been cool. Perfectly fine. The problem is because again, I had no problem with Sammy Hager and Ortiz's promo. That because I like the fact that they still want to stand up for everybody. Jericho's hurt, Santana got arrested, so they that kind of helped. That was like cool. I like them trying to take whatever fight they have, not because I thought it was going to solely stay with those three because everybody else was going to be gone. So it's like cool. Yeah. Let's see how this ends off and we'll be perfectly fine. But once they came in with the cart and Jericho popped up, I was like, well,
I was pissed. I was
mad. I was not happy with that at all.
I was pissed. Because not only that, they were talking about how mangled up his arm was and everything. And here he shows up with this dramatic ass cast on and was like, hey, and it was like, you know what? I'm going to say this. This might be a hot take. I don't care.
we can't just keep talking about Brandy Rhodes. Brandy Rhodes always wanted to be on TV. Chris Jericho is just as bad, maybe even worse. You fell technically off of a 20-foot, 15-foot
onto a concrete floor,
and you're back in a week.
All right, Superman.
Yeah,
you're back.
Well, apparently the arm brace and harness is legitimate because apparently I think they say he fractured his elbow or something like that. So I think they said it's from the fall, but I don't know. I don't know if it was something that probably happened prior to that or whatever.
And how many Dynamites we have until Double or Nothing?
I think two, yeah. Which is again crazy. And now this is more to my problem here is the fact of if you were gonna have blood and guts, and then you're gonna still have the same type of match at Double or Nothing, why not just have a build up to Double or Nothing rather than just trying to shoehorn blood and guts?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not necessary.
Mr. Lip Beasley, can you announce to the people what kind of match MJF
don't do it
challenged the Inner Circle to?
As you all know, they challenged Inner Circle to a match that the Inner Circle lost last year in the Stadium Stampede that they had against the Elite plus Broken Matt Hardy.
Now,
but
I'm gonna say this podcast wasn't around then. I fucking hated that match.
It was basically a 5-on-5 Falls Count Anywhere match.
I fucking hated that Stadium Stampede match last year.
It went on too long.
Yes.
But I didn't have a problem with the match itself, though.
The only thing I got the purest enjoyment out of was seeing Hangman literally run the whole football. No, that was on Dynamite.
No, Matt suplexed somebody.
That was fucking stupid.
Like the whole length of the football.
That was stupid. I'm thinking of the spot on Dynamite when Hangman had ran the whole length of the field to help. It wasn't too much. It wasn't too much I enjoyed from that Stadium Stampede match last year. And
I mean,
I don't know how I feel about this one.
The only thing I really enjoyed from that aspect during that time was like the beef between Matt and Hangman. Like that was the most interesting thing to me during that time because I love that button heads dynamic that they had where it just played up for so long. But to fast forward to this,
I'm not too excited.
I was actually happy for the Matt Hardy drive in the golf cart spot with Kenny.
Oh yeah,
that one.
Yeah, that was a pretty cool spot.
Yeah,
because they clipped Guevara. So yeah, and then Guevara did take a very devastating one-winged angel.
Yeah,
but I was not a fan of that match. There was way too much goofiness, and I would hope the Pinnacle.
Too many form changes, too much teleportation.
Yeah, and I would hope the Pinnacle keeps it grounded, and they don't let Jericho try to Jericho it. But I'm sorry.
No. What happened?
Mr. Deasley, what's the stipulation that MJF threw out?
That's the bigger problem of all this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If the Inner Circle loses, they then have to disband, which is usually 9 times out of 10, not in the case of SCU, but usually when this shit happens here, the team that's supposed to disband if they lose usually wins.
Usually.
So this is pretty much setting up, and it's since they just lost the match to Pinnacle, pretty sure they're taking the W on this. So you just spoiled the finish of this match already.
Hold on. I'm pretty sure. I know we're talking about this, and I'm pretty sure y'all not gonna care. But Tamina and Natalya are the new women's tag team champions. But yeah.
Hey, she finally got a belt.
Okay. I mean, I don't care, but why not just put them? Why put the titles on them at WrestleMania?
Exactly. Know. Thank you. Why not just give them their moment?
You wasted 2 match spots for no reason. You could have just easily gone through that whole gauntlet of women and then gone through the gauntlet of women in that match and then had them go the next night and win the titles. Would have made more sense. But for them to leave without winning the titles, stupid. But what's also stupid is the rehash of the spraying or hosing someone down in the ring. Started off with Stone Cold and the beer truck, then followed up with Angle and the milk truck, and now followed up for a third time with the Inner Circle and the bubbly mobile.
A little bit of the bubbly truck.
A little bit of the bubbly truck.
You know what? I'm just going to top this off. Chris Jericho's narcissism is going through the roof right now.
That's
and I have no idea why.
That's what Cornette is kind of hinting at. Cornette is hinting that these are all the ideas Jericho was having while he was in WWE that he couldn't do. He's executing them now in AEW.
Too much, though. Too much, too quick.
Too much.
Yeah,
and pace that shit out throughout a year. If I wanted to see a little bit of the bubbly truck, it's definitely not going to be after you supposedly went through concrete, especially not the week after.
And
you know what? Actually, that could have been saved if Jericho had just not been there.
No, I mean, this whole thing should have not been done. Period. And the reason I say that is because it conflicts with these promos that they're having. Oh, you're gonna have to kill us. Oh, we're not gonna stop till we're dead. We're gonna keep if you're that mad and you have that much animosity for somebody, you're not gonna sit there and pull up with a truck and be comedic. You're gonna want to beat somebody's ass.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
So that's why when I see that, I was like, I'm done. Because now how do you go from the stuff before the blood and guts match where they go into, the locker room and they have this whole brawl, and that's what I'm expecting from this shit. I'm expecting them to crash this coordination and just fight everybody involved. Right. Like you can't show me.
I don't even like the idea that they rehash the whole kind of, not so much the spraying them with the thing, but I mean, they kind of rehashed what Orange Cassidy did to Jericho last year when he dropped all the orange juice.
Yeah.
Like they almost kind of rehashed it, only except that it didn't fall from the sky. It was a spray hose, and Sammy was just what's that carnival game where you gotta get the balloon
spray the clowns. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Sammy was doing. He was just
ridiculous.
At least at the same time, they could at least started dousing them. And Hager, Sammy, and Ortiz could have came in and started beating the shit out of the three while they were all kind of frazzled. They could have been in there, beating them down with shit. But no, it's just, we're going to keep spraying y'all till y'all just point at us at the stage angrily.
You know what's funny? Is that they spent money for this goddamn champagne truck, yet they couldn't fit the bill on cutting the commercials for the blood and guts match.
Right?
Good job, accounting.
But yeah,
I
just very critical in your coordination because obviously you really haven't won the war yet. So
so much for a coronation there.
Right?
So much more coronation.
I need them to move on from this. Like Inner Circle should have just stayed away for a little bit and then came back later. All this stuff is happening way too soon and way too much right now. So
why are they going so fast paced? Like, what do they have longer?
I don't know. That's what's making me believe Scoot when he says he doesn't think that the Pinnacle is going to be around by the end of the year.
I think this might be the first faction that truly breaks up.
So I don't know, dude. But yeah. After this, now look, this match, I don't know what happened. I don't know where I was mentally because I feel like I completely checked out, and this match went completely under the radar for me. And that was Thunder Rosa versus Jasmine Allure.
It was a squash match.
It was a squash match. However, Jasmine Allure though.
Yeah.
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 I mean, not to take away from Thunder Rosa though.
Oh, I mean, of course not. There's never a time to take away from Thunder Rosa though.
The only thing we found out was Thunder Rosa is going to fight Serena Deeb, I think either next week or the week after for the NWA Women's title. That's the only thing that came.
Yeah. But Red Velvet is getting a title shot, I believe, first.
Yes, Red Velvet is getting a title shot.
Damn right.
Good on her. It's funny because
I think it's Red Velvet and Serena Deeb, ain't it?
Yes.
My bad.
Yeah.
Red Velvet and Serena Deeb.
But I feel like Thunder Rosa definitely said that she did not forget about Serena Deeb or
no. She said it when after she beat Jasmine. She was saying, "I'm coming to take what's mine. I'm coming for the AEW and Serena. I'm coming for my belt back." So that was it. It's nothing to really stay on this too much longer. It was a glorified squash match. Actually, it wasn't even glorified. It was a squash match.
Oh. Jasmine Allure, indeed.
So
well then,
yeah.
But yeah, it sucks. I mean, but I'm glad that the NWA Women's Championship is back in rotation on the show. I appreciate that because I mean it feels, and I hate saying it like this, but it feels like a secondary title that is like needed within the women's division, especially with them like dropping the ball with Sheeta and everything. But hey,
we're getting close to fixing that.
Yes. Now, Darby versus Miro. This had a lot of good, little indifferent, and some bad. First, we'll get to the good. Miro winning.
Yes.
Yo. Spoiler alert.
Yeah. The match. Well, hold on. First, we gotta go to the best good. Even better than Miro winning. So.
You're not.
Scoot or yeah, I forgot which one of y'all had messaged the post that Darby did. And I remember,
and then he actually made an actual vignette.
My reaction to that was, this needs to be a promo or a vignette, like seriously. And the moment that when the vignette started, I was like, we finally get a vignette from Darby after how long?
Since Revolution.
And then I start hearing the words from the post, and I'm like, oh, he did it. And I love this. I hate that it took so long for him to do a fucking vignette, but he made it worth it because this was given time for one. and on top of that, it's another Darby vignette. So same imagery, same, everything perfect. But we get into the match, and it started off the way that I expected it to. With, of course, Darby coming out, which the way Darby had did his paint, I loved it. I loved it. But it spoke to me in a different way as well, which I'll get into in a bit. But we get from that, we get him into the ring, and Miro just goes at him. And the way that he was hounding the ref, like, ring the bell, and then still beating up on Darby, like, ring the bell. I love that.
This is my beef. At AEW's Revolution, there was a match. Miro, Kip Sabian versus Orange Cassidy and Chuck Taylor.
Yeah, it was a fantastic match.
And remember, Chuck and Miro, Kip and Miro were beating the shit out of Chuck and Orange and they still had a legit match. If they really wanted to, once again, it's the second time we have said this, or second time I'm saying this, if they really wanted to truly show Miro's dominance, he beat the shit out of Darby for about 5 minutes. And the moment Darby said, ring the bell, let's do it, he took a Machka kick, and that should have been it.
And that's what I thought was going to happen.
So I think we all wanted to happen there.
Hey, guys. I'm sorry. I hate to interrupt this. There's a segment going on right now with Apollo Crews. And remember the match they had at WrestleMania, the Nigerian drum fight, and how we kept talking about those were Nigerian steel steps? They legitimately had steel steps with the Nigerian colors on them. Just now, because he was giving Commander Aziz a medal, and Aziz was standing on top of steel steps painted in the Nigerian colors.
We said it here first, y'all.
We did.
Yeah.
We said it here first.
So yes, that actually we finally got Nigerian steel. Maybe somebody heard us. But
imported Nigerian steel.
But yeah, sorry. Darby shouldn't have had as much offense as he had, because as that match kept going, I didn't know for sure if Miro was going to win.
Now, here's the thing about that. Now, see, this would have made sense, like Darby fighting back, had this been a match without him being jumped by Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky the week prior, being thrown down those stairs. Yes. This was their perfect chance to have Darby just completely get squashed, because it made sense.
It made sense.
And look, and everybody knows that Darby is a fighting champion, fighting competitor. They know he has the fight in him. Like that, you doing this to show, oh, he's standing up against Miro. No, all that would have done was basically show the power that Miro has to beat somebody like Darby, to put Darby out like that.
And you know, and even if the Machka kick wasn't the finisher, he should immediately put that devastating ass game over on him, that how he did at the end of the match.
Which, the way that he did that
right after.
I legitimately saw that. I was like, okay, done. Like,
if
anybody put that on me, I'm like, okay, whatever, you win. Like, we're done here.
So if the Machka kick didn't do it, then the moment he put the game over on Darby and cranked it back, it should have been. It's no way that match should have had lasted as long as it lasted. No way.
Yeah,
that match lasted too long.
I think they were just trying to still keep Darby Allin looking strong.
They didn't have to.
They didn't.
This is one of the instances where they didn't have to have Darby to look strong, because we seen what Darby could do.
Well, see, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, though, and now that this match has kind of culminated in this, I finally saw the bigger picture of how this should have been booked with the whole Sting thing.
Okay.
And my fantasy booking had his back on. See, after that cinematic match, Darby should have said, okay, hey, Sting, I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to go defend this title. And he should have had match after match after match. And you should have had Sting telling him, hey, I get what you're trying to do, but you need to, you're going to burn yourself out, or this is going to be a detriment to you. And you should have had Sting in the rafters watching Darby at every single match. And at this point in time, once Darby lost after going through everything, they should have panned up the Sting in the rafters to turn and then walk away. Then you take Darby off of TV, and then you show him in vignettes just being mentored and taught by Sting.
No. This was the perfect time. Not only mentored and talked to, this was been the perfect time for Darby to get his Xia Li and Boa treatment.
Oh, yeah.
And then came back.
Darby likes to film his vignettes too. Boy.
Exactly. Boy. And then with that, and that's why when I seen the way he did his face paint, I was like, yo, y'all just missed a perfect opportunity, because he could have came back with that face paint instead, and just been a whole new Darby.
That's my whole new kind of like Finn Balor and his demon thing. This could have been like, oh no, Darby got different face paint. Wait a minute, this is a more aggressive, more serious Darby.
I definitely feel like that was a waste of new face paint just to lose.
It was.
And now then my gripe again. I was okay because they had stopped doing this maybe like a week or two, but they couldn't help their fucking selves because you had Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky come out and attack Sting.
They had to.
And then out of nowhere, the fucking Dark Order come out.
Yeah, I was confused with the Dark Order coming out. Maybe it's something I missed somewhere.
I guess they're just cool with Sting. I don't know.
But I mean, wasn't Sting chasing them away a few weeks ago with the John Silver situation?
Yeah, they got a weird relationship. I don't know what's going on.
I told y'all before, Sting about to be the new leader of the Dark Order.
And
I mean, it's looking like it too.
Yeah,
and this could have been another thing. This could have been the same thing where it's like if you want to have Dark Order intertwined in this, you could have had them go a different direction where they could have easily. Something could have been done. That's all I can say. But either way, yeah, I wanted this match to be what I said this match to be. Darby should have got mauled. It's okay if it happened to Cody by fucking Brody Lee. This would have made more sense for Miro. Darby does not lose anything from losing this title, losing this match. She can only elevate from this easily. Like, there's nobody looking at Darby right now being like, hey, Darby's done. He's being buried. Not even close. Not even close. Darby is way too is the face. He's the face of TNT. Period.
Yes.
Whether he has that belt or not, there is nobody that's going to shame Darby. I don't think there's anybody out. I don't even think Jim Cornette hates Darby Allin.
Actually, no. He actually enjoys Darby. He just thinks Darby's gonna kill himself. But he has no issues with Darby. He was actually pissed when Darby and Jungle Boy had that match for the TNT title because he was like, "These are your two future stars, the world title. Yes, why are you having them in this match? That's a throwaway." So no, he actually likes Darby. He actually likes Jungle Boy and Darby. Like, he's big fans of them.
Yeah. So it exactly my point. More to my point. Thanks, Cornette. Co-signing that shit. But yeah, that was AEW Dynamite.